r/askreddit, what ruins a concert? People having full conversations over the music. Yes. My daughter and I saw Bon Jovi a few years ago. The women next to us were screaming a conversation over the music. I just kept thinking, if you want to get drunk and scream at each other about some person's cancer, another's baptism, and God know what else, go to a bar. It would be a lot cheaper. People who try to shove their way past you to get closer to the stage. Sorry, not sorry. Survival of the fittest. So it's actually overcrowded venues. A bad sound mix. Yes. It's incredible what a difference there is between seeing a band as an opener, usually house technician, limited time for sound check, maybe restricted from some of the channels reserved for the headliner, and seeing them as a headliner, usually their own sound tech, ample time for sound check, reserved channels, and settings. I saw Visions of Atlantis as an opener a few years ago. They were, okay. This year, as a headliner, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It's all in the mix. Girls/boys screaming when the singer stops to say a few words _. Went to a Neskin concert recently. I really love the music and I didn't expect the concert crowd to be 95% female and it seemed to be 80% below 18. We were surrounded by teenage girls literally screaming every 30 seconds, that was horrible. People throwing bottles of piss. Ticketmaster. What? Tall people and people that try to sing louder than the performer. That girl who sits on her boyfriend's shoulders. As a tall person, people usually use me as a landmark so they can find their spot. I'm 6 feet 3 inches. People love using me to get up for a crowd surf. When the artist lip syncs most of the songs. I agree with most people when they say cell phones. It's even worse when you're standing behind someone recording the whole concert on their cell phone or sometimes their iPad. They're really drunk people. Especially when they are climbing over you every 10 minutes to buy another beer. Assholes who whistle loudly, like with fingers in mouth. Possibly unpopular opinion, Ticketmaster is used as a scapegoat by venues and artists to deflect the anger about high prices. Went to see Monster Magnet in a small venue years ago and they were playing a long groovy song that was mostly bass and drum and some asshole did that the entire song and time after. Even the people who were with him were ready to end him. Hey hey hey. When people try to clap with the beat, and don't succeed. LOL. Overcrowding. Scary. Festivals are a no-go for me. Plus tickets prices are absurd, gotta love smaller shows. Bad sound in the venue. Probably a mass shooting. Don't forget the bombing that happened in Manchester a few years ago, that was absolutely tragic. iPhones recording it. Fuck off idiots. Live in the moment. Cell phones. People. People who aren't there for the music. They don't even look at the stage at all, just getting drunk and talking to each other. Why come? Drink at a bar or your house for an impressively smaller sum. The Uber fan next to me belting out every song at the top of their lungs with no concern. They have to be loud to be sure that you know that they know all the lyrics. Removed. They had a live album, the Mark, Tom, and Travis show that kind of put me off of ever trying to see them live. It had its moments, but it was very sloppy and the banter was pretty much as you described. Maybe for some, but Courtney Love did some of her best shows when she couldn't stand up straight. The blank stare of someone wobbling by themselves. As a short man who goes to metal shows, tall people who throw elbows in the mosh. Bro, that shit is ass. Crowd killing is one of my pet peeves. Went to a show one time, and this really fat girl went around the edge of the pit just cat slapping everyone. On her second round, some huge dude punched her right in the face and knocked her out. It was hilarious. Bad sound quality and the smell. As a person I am insulted by your comment. Performers talking politics rather than playing music. Don Henley is the perfect example of this. Dude, shut up and play. Listening to The Final Resort, you'd think he lives the life of Ed Begley Jr. when, I bet nothing could be further from the truth. Just blame it on the Jesus people. The talkers. They think just because the music is loud that no one can hear them having a conversation, completely missing that to talk they have to scream at each other the whole time. Occasionally comments don't matter, but full-blown conversations take the piss. Getting my shirt ripped open by some asshole in the pit. When a band performs their one kinda heavy/aggressive song and all the hipsters in the crowd who have never been to true rock show let alone a metal show think it's an excuse to start moshing. Tim, from accounting. Fuck Tim. That guy's an asshole. A fight breaking out. I went to Fleetwood Mac's reunion tour back in the late 90s, and a fight broke out. I'm like, really? A couple of drunk boomers throwing down at a Fleetwood Mac show? Saw my dad get beat up at a swing concert. Dude thought he was creeping on his girl, was drunk off his ass, I'm sure, just looking for a fight. But the real problem is when everyone thought it was my dad's fault for the fight starting. Is your name Chris? My brother would have said this. In fact, I heard it in his voice. The ding-dongs in front of me who had too much to drink and want to stand the whole time. Accidentally getting way too hot. Me being at it. My own excitement and overhyped expectations weeks before it. Ticketmaster and all the BS around how to even get good sections, etc. The person in front of you holding a sign. The band not showing up. Cell phones. Rude, inconsiderate people. People living it through their phones. Agreed, I have seen people film the entire concert on their phone. They will never go back and watch it.